Hello and welcome everybody to another Secrets of Strixhaven draft video. I'm paulcheon, and today we are trying our hands at a little bit of quick draft. Let's say you are relatively newer to draft and you want a little bit more time, or you want a cheaper entry fee. Well, then quick draft is going to be for you. Of course, now if you are a long-time drafter, you're probably going to prefer the actual just regular draft. But you know, I like to do one or two of these per season just to kind of showcase what it's like to do some quick drafts. So let's hop in and see what we get. Before we hop into this draft, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you want to buy some booster boxes of Magic the Gathering sealed product, or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, pioneer, commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, head on over to heavyplay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you are in the market for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all that utilize a special magnetic technology so that all their products snap conveniently into place, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon to get 10% off your first order. All right, let's hop in. Let's see what we get. All right, pack one, pick one gives us access to a couple of nice options here. We have Repel Calamity, which is just a premium interactive spell. We have Mana Sculpt, which is a good counter spell. There's also Brush Off here, which, you know, oftentimes it's just a negate. It's like 2 mana to counter something, which can be pretty nice. And then there's also Thunderdrum Soloist if I want just a solid 2-drop that can also burn my opponent out. And then there's Luen, which is a very solid Witherbloom mid-range creature, but I don't generally want to start my draft with a Witherbloom option. So I think for me, I'm debating between Mana Sculpt, Repel Calamity, Brush Off, and Thunderdrum Soloist. I think I'm going to take the Mana Sculpt here. Just the upside for this card is super high, and I always just want to Mana Sculpt something huge and then just generate a ton of mana. I think you can really, like, Repel Calamity is also fine, and Brush Off is also totally fine, but I just love the upside of something like a Mana Sculpt where you counter something and then you're obviously going to have a really good time afterwards if you have a wizard in play. Also, Cancel is just a good card in this format. All right, pack one, pick two, we have Grave Researcher, which is a solid card if you have a deck that plays a lot of creatures. So had I taken a Luen, then Grave Researcher would be a really good follow-up here. But for me, there's Topiary Lecturer, which is a pretty good ramp effect. Of course, that puts us into Quandrix almost immediately. There is Zealous Lorecaster, which is a good top-end card that I would be interested in taking, you know, but I don't really like second picking the card. A card that I really like, and whenever I draft these control decks, one thing that I always find myself missing is enough ways to close out games, and this is kind of the perfect card for that. Not only does it help smooth out your early draws, but if you can find 1 to 3 copies of Visionary's Dance, Snarl Song, and a way to get them back, I think generally that's how you want to start your control deck. So I know this is a little bit early, but I do think it's a really, really important finisher for these style of decks. So let's take that here and move on. And pack one, pick three. Okay, well, Sundering Archaic is a really nice card. Oftentimes, I'm going to be looking to play a bunch of different colors. Of course, it's a very expensive card, but I do think, generally speaking, my decks are going to be playing at least 3 colors. And 6 mana for a 3/3 that kills something, and the Graveyard Exile effect is also quite nice. Run Behind and Black-Green Land would be the other considerations here. Noting that we are seeing a fair number of Witherbloom cards. There's Burog Barrage, Pest Mascot, Send in the Pest, and Run Behind. Teacher's Pest, but let's go ahead and take Sundering Archaic. And now I think I'm going to take more Witherbloom cards, Essence Knit Scholar as well, which is a very good Witherbloom card, but so is Thunderdrum Soloist, a very good Prismari card here as well. So I think I'm going to take this, and it's really important to just make sure you have enough cheap things to play in decks like this, which is why I really value something like the Thunderdrum Soloist. Here, we have the choice between a Blue-Green Land and another Visionary Dance. I'm going to just take the second Dance. Like, I really like the lands, and I do take them highly, but, you know, in the drafts that I've lost with when I draft decks like this, again, it's because I don't have enough top end. So I'm going to take the second copy of Visionary's Dance just to make sure that I have this all locked down. And I mean, there's a world where we can just be straight blue-red. For example, here, there is a red-white land, but Run Behind is a really good, relatively cheap interactive spell. I think I'm going to take this here and move on. Pack one, pick 7. Okay, so this pack doesn't really have anything I want. There's a black-white land, but I don't have a black or white card I want to splash. I do not mind always playing the first copy of Zealous Lorecaster here, so let's go ahead and take that. for this deck. Moving on to pack 1, pick 8, we have, I don't think I want Stadium Title Mage. I just feel like it's important to get a good number of 2-mana plays here. There's Landscape Painter and Goblin Glasswright. Now, normally I would like the Goblin Glasswright. I think it's very close between the two, but I'm going to take the Landscape Painter because it's a wizard for Mana Sculpt. Too bad this is not a wizard. All right, Brush Off Table. So, you know, really good card here to have for the control matchups. So we're looking pretty good against the control matchups, right? We have Mana Sculpt and a Brush Off, and then we have a couple of Visionary's Dance. So now, you know, if we can pick up Tome Blast, Essence Scatters, cheap things, and then of course some lands, that would go a long way to making sure that we put together a decent configuration here. All right, just taking a bunch of random cards. Not tabling anything, unfortunately, but hey, we have 9 cards here that I'm reasonably happy playing. Although the curve notably is a little bit on the higher side. All right, pack 2, pick 1. We opened Arc of Hunger. I'm almost certainly going to take this here. Tome Blast is fantastic. Disdainful Stroke is fine. I mean, Tome Blast is a card that I really want for this type of deck, but Arc of Hunger is just ridiculous. So I'm going to take it here and just look to splash it. All right, pack 2, pick 2. What do we have? There's a Magma Blood Archaic, which can be okay. It's a little bit more on the expensive side. There's also a Paradox Gardens, but I don't have any green cards. All right, let's try out the Magma Blood Archaic. It's like a 4-mana creature a lot of the time. Pack 2, pick 3 gives us... I mean, all I want are like cheap thing, Potioner's Troves, lands, and cheap spells, but we don't see anything cheap that I want. I guess I'll take Colossus of the Blood Age to give myself another really good late-game win condition here. All right, here I will not be taking the Transcendent Archaic. I guess I'll just take an Expressive Fire Dancer just to have another 2-mana play for my deck. Pack 2, pick 5 gives us Pursue the Past, which isn't bad, but given that white is on the splash, I don't think I love it. Elite Interceptor is okay, but for me, it's between Deduce and Run Behind. I'm going to take Run Behind just because I think I'm lacking interaction. Like, all I have are the 2 Run Behinds, so let's go ahead and take that here. All right, moving on to this pack. Nothing in the pack for us. I guess there's a Muse's Encouragement. I don't love the card, but Paradox Surveyor is a little bit too hard to splash. So let's take the Muse's Encouragement, although I'll be surprised if this makes it into our deck. Here we have a Johnny's Response on the splash, but I'm going to try to minimize my splash because I have not been able to pick up Mana Fixing. So let's just go ahead and take Elemental Mascot as a fine 3-mana option for this deck. Here I'll take Rubble Rouser, another fine 3-mana card. Just a decent blocker, and now we tabled the Disdainful Stroke. So another good counterspell for the control matchups. And here we are. I mean, if I don't get, honestly, if I don't get the Mana Fixing, like I might not play like any of these cards here on the right. We'll see. But like ideally I do get the Mana Fixing, right? So if I can't play the white cards here, then I will certainly play the Tackle Artist and make it work. But, you know, obviously I would prefer to be able to play cheap things here. Well, all the Elite Interceptors. I'm going to take Violent Outburst, just a good cheap interactive spell. Much, much needed for our deck. Would not mind tabling the Hydro Channeler. For another 2-mana card that can ramp you, but I think Vibrant Outburst is excellent, and that is exactly the type of card that we need. All right, a very interesting pack here. We opened a blue-red land, which we certainly need for Mana Fixing, but another Vibrant Outburst. I think I'm just going to take the Outburst. I really just need cheap interaction. So as much as I hate to pass the blue-red land, I think I kind of have to. And we'll figure this out. All right, so 2 Vibrant Outbursts. Now there's a Molten Note. I mean, I feel like I should splash the white here. I don't think I'm going to take the second Brush Off. Let's take the Molten Note and... Okay, now, I mean, we will be putting a premium on... ways to tap for ways to produce white mana, so I guess we'll take Seize the Spoils here over the Abstract Paint Mage. I don't love this card in general, it just dies really easily. Let's take Seize the Spoils as a way to generate white mana. Pack 3, pick 5, there's a Sleight of Hand. I'm going to take that as another cheap way to kind of dig and find the mana that we need to be able to play some of our expensive cards. Pack 3, pick 6 gives us Quick Study and another Visionary's Dance and Tackle Artist. I think I'll just take another Visionary's Dance. Again, remember, you can just pay 2 mana to help you find what you need. Here, I think I'm in the mark. I don't think I need another expensive card. I have triple Visionary's Dance and a bunch of counterspell. I don't think Rapturous Moment is what I need. I'm just going to take Spell Pierce. I think I could just use like another cheap thing, and this thing certainly fits that bill. Same thing here. Let's take Goblin Glassrite for another cheap thing to play that also potentially gets us white mana. Here we pick up another Seize the Spoil. So wow, the bots are taking all of the lands, all of them, which is very unfortunate, but here we are. I mean, I could just like not play any of this. Just because I got none of the fixing. I mean, it's possible. Is it good? I'm not sure. I mean, with really terrible mana, I don't know. I mean, I do have double Seize the Spoils and a Goblin Glassrite, so maybe it's not too crazy. And these cards are obviously very, very good. I don't know. They seem too good not to play. So let's just take a look here and see what we need to do. So if I tap like... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll put it as a 4-mana play. You know, honestly, I actually think I have enough like late game stuff here with the Lorecaster and the 3 Visionaries dance. And I think because my mana is so bad, and also like a lot of the times I'm gonna Arc of Hunger and just miss. I've got counter spells and stuff too. So it's not even necessarily the best Arc of Hunger deck. The one card that I would be really missing out on is like Molten Note. But I mean, I only have the treasure producers. Like, I just feel like I want just a streamlined mana base. Is that crazy? And then we can play like this or this for the top end. I'm not sure which one I need. I'll play the Muse's Encouragement if I like care about Opus type things, but I don't know that I do. I have 1, 2. I have 2 Opus cards, and I guess I have the Tackle Artist. I might just prefer to Tackle Artist just because it's cheaper. I actually think I have enough cheap things to do. I'm gonna play the Muse's Encouragement, not because I love the card or think it's strong, but it does work with 1, 2, 3. I have like 4 cards, and even the Magma Blood Archaic to some degree. Like, I just have a lot more cards that synergize with this card than the Tackle Artist. So we'll try that, and yeah, I mean, normally I don't do this, but this is just a straight Prismari deck, and mostly because, and I have a, you know, obviously like Molten Note and Arc of Hunger are good, but mostly just because I do have some relatively stringent mana requirements, and my curve is already kind of awkward. I don't have any ramp, so I'm just going to try to keep it straight 2 colors, show a little discipline here, and I'm not sure if it's correct. All right, let's try this. All right, now before round 1 starts, I did want to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join a wonderful group of folks also looking to up their limited game. I post monthly videos, I do monthly streams, all kinds of good stuff. If you want to join a great group of folks and take your game to the next level, check it out. Gonna be mulliganing that hand, and I will certainly keep this. Start things out with a sleight of hand here. Let's keep the Vibrant Outburst, and we have the Thunderdrum Soloist in our hand. Let's play the Soloist. I think I like playing that over the Painter, but I think it's close. Tester of the Tangential is a play from the opponent. Let's attack. Let's play the Painter. Next turn, if they play a creature, we can just... Sure. I mean, certainly want to kill Tester of the Tangential here if I can. Ooh, double Vibrant Outburst. That is interesting. Tablet of Discovery. So let's deal 3 and tap here. Okay. Let's hope they don't hit a land, but they usually do. And there you go. All right, let's draw some cards. Beat down. All right. Remember, Vibrant Outburst can go to the face, so that can end up being pretty nice for us as well. But, you know, they're a teamer deck that has access to a lot of mana, so I am certainly not feeling great about this. But they play Diary of Dreams, which is a very slow card. And it looks like, wow, I am surprised. I'm a little bit surprised about that. Let's play Fire Dancer. And, yeah, let's just push damage through. Let's kill the Pain Mage because it gives them access to a bunch of mana. Sure. I don't think I would have had lethal here, so... Alright, so this puts my opponent to 8 life. I still have Disdainful Stroke. Would like to draw one of my expensive cards here if possible. Or, you know, being able to Disdainful Stroke one of their cards would also be nice. I need to keep some lands in my hand. Like, I do have double Seize the Spoils in my deck, so I have to be mindful of that. But of course, I want to get to 7 mana to be able to play the 7 mana, you know, make 2 3/3s. Yeah, and this is where, like, the decision for me to play Muse's Encouragement over Tackle Artist is really nice, because it would trigger both of these cards, and I think that would be huge. Opponent running out of time. Let's hope that they did not disconnect here. Okay, maybe they did. That is not great for them. The question is, do I attack? Also, I probably shouldn't have played that land. I literally just talked about Seize the Spoils. And... yeah, I mean, my opponent just disconnected, unfortunately. Well, we'll obviously take the win if it's available, and we'll move on. Alright, let's move on. I'm still not sure whether or not I should be playing the white cards. Okay, let's just do a thought experiment. Alright, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then... my curve is kind of high. And then I would need to play, like, a lot of planes, right? Like, at least 3 planes. Something like that. Because it's kind of like 4 white cards. This could also be like an 18-land deck. Like, I think I need more red sources because my red gives me the treasure for my other colors. Obviously, Mana Sculpt is a little bit awkward with 7 blue, but again, this is just letting me play, like, the most powerful configuration, right? And this would be my overall suite of win condition, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so which is plenty. In fact, I can probably cut another creature. All right, let's cut the... I guess this is like a super late game deck, so let's cut the Expressive Fire Dancer, because it doesn't do that much. Even in that last game, it wasn't that impressive. And then also, like, just consider this like a 2-mana spell that helps smooth my draws. And maybe I cut Sleight of Hand just because I have 7 blue sources. And Visionary's Dance kind of fills a similar role. And let's play 18 lands, because our curve is so high. Okay. Hey, you know what? A lot of you probably wanted to see this version anyways. Okay? So we're going to go for the power here. Of course, we're just going to lose because of our mana, but... let's try to have some fun. Well, certainly this hand is weird, but, like, I would have had this exact same hand had I done it the other way. Because I, like, only when I draw my, like, white cards or planes will my hands look really bad. Right? Ooh, do I want planes or Rubble Rouser? They played a Noxious Newt. Let's get planes. Let's just get, like, make sure that we have all of our colors. Because I might need more than white sources more than once. All right, we are certainly drawing our fair share of lands here. Now, remember, we are playing 18 lands in this deck. Comforting Council. Do they have a life gain spell? Oh no, Bogwater Lumerette. Okay. So that's very good, obviously, with the Council. And we drew another land? What? Well, this is where certainly our top-end cards come in handy, right? Okay, I'm just going to counter this. And I'm in a really weird spot with the Visionaries Dance because I'm like 1 land away from casting it, you know? I guess we'll just play this. And, I mean, this is really nice because obviously if they just kill it with Barrage Barrage, I can rummage away 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. If I draw more lands for the dance, that's fine. If I draw more action, that's also fine. And look at this. Yeah, we've already gone through 12 lands here. Maybe they don't have any creatures. Maybe it's all removal. All right, that's what it feels like based off of that play. What are our white spells? Molten Note. So let's do this. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is like a little bit crazy, isn't it? Okay. Well, we got 4 lands left in our deck, folks. 4. Last gasp on the painter, sure. Do they have a 6-mana play? Let's hope not. Pull from the grave. Oh, gross. I mean, they only had 1 thing to get back, but it's still really good. Yeah, I mean, if I draw a Sundering Archaic, that would be really nice. Just to get this Comforting Council off the battlefield, because now any creature turns their entire team into 5/5s. Which is obviously ridiculously strong. Alright, well, we drew another Visionary Dance. We're just going to keep playing these now. Any creature, and we're in a lot of trouble. Okay, no creature. Yes. I mean, I'll block. I mean, the thing is, I'm expecting all their creatures to be huge, right? Did we draw another land? Alright, well, my opponent's a little bit flooded too, so there's at least that. Ooh. Okay, so I guess we win? 3 damage to you, tap this. Alright, well... wasn't the prettiest thing in the world, but we got it done. Holy smokes. I still think it's correct to play 18 lands, but that was a little bit nuts. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, opponent on the play here. We do have the Goblin Glasswright as a white source here for the Arc of Hunger, which will be a source of card advantage for us. Our opponent on a green deck, probably blue-green. Could be Witherbloom. I've actually been playing against a lot of Witherbloom decks. This is a little bit odd. Let's play the Painter first. I want to be able to go Glasswright into Make a Treasure. Mind Roots. What does this say? I guess they get a land here. They only get 1 of the lands in the play, but like, yeah. Otherwise, I'd have to discard 2 of my spells, and I don't think I want to do that. Alright, so let's go Glasswright. Make a Treasure. Tech. I guess technically Arc of Hunger is nice when you have a lot of lands in your deck. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. I got to ramp them with those Mind Roots. What the hell? You're splashing Sleight of Hand? Not really a card that you normally splash. Like, clearly this is a Witherbloom deck. That is an extremely odd choice. And they didn't attack me even though this has Menace. So we got a lot of questions. Okay, we got a lot of questions. But for me... let's try to hit a land here. Nope. If this Arc of Hunger ends up being, like, absolutely terrible for me this game, I might just take it out. Maybe I just take it out. Okay, nothing for them. Let's play it, or activate it. Yeah, I mean, this is what I was afraid of. I mean, the thing is, it's fun. Like, I have the brush off. Wait, why are they playing this into my Mana Sculpt? All right, opponent. What? What the heck was that? All right, well, next turn we're going to have access to 5 mana. Can't complain about that, I guess. We hit Sundering Archaic, which is pretty good. But, you know, I'm going to activate the Hunger first because I could just draw the 7 mana play. 7 mana card. Okay, let's play the land. I do have Sundering Archaic here, but I kind of like just drawing my card here while I can. Okay. And then, oh, they probably have another Embrace the Paradox, honestly. Which I will probably counter here. Okay, quick study, I'll let resolve. Embrace is like an extra card. And I can still run behind like one of their creatures here. Studious First Year, sure. They're probably going to Rampant Growth. And then in response, I can choose to run behind something. Wow, how do they have mismatched lands in their own deck? What? Alright, Landscape Painter, okay. But they're keeping up mana? Interesting. Well, I don't really care about their life gain. I'm just going to bounce the Landscape Painter just because it's a source of card advantage for them now that they have all this mana. All right, they shuffled it back in. All right, let's activate Arc of Hunger. Okay, hit another land. I mean, I still have the Sundering Archaic, but it feels like they're keeping up Essence Scatter or something. And I still have this counterspell, so I feel like I can just still play like a very slow, measured game. Like, why didn't they play Rampant Growth, right? Unless they have another Quick Study. That's a Deduce. Do I counter that? I mean, like, every time they draw 2 cards is kind of annoying, but like, I just feel like saving this to counter like a big thing seems a little bit better. Not a lot a bit better, just a little bit. So I was able to play, what, 2 lands and a Mana Sculpt off of this? All right, that's good. Rampant Growth. Sure. I actually want to keep the hard cast on the brush off up. The thing is, I mean, they're keeping pace with the Arc of Hunger, but like through a lot of different cards. All right, they didn't want that either. We hit a Seize the Spoils. Let's activate the Arc of Hunger. We hit the Plains. That's nice. Still can play this pretty slow. I don't think I want to Molten Note any of these cards, so let's just do this. Discard Mountain. Hit more lands, which is fine. We need to win with Visionary's Dance, of course. That is our primary win condition. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. I don't care if they kill either of my creatures. We're sitting at a pretty good life total. Also, I can shuffle stuff back in with the Sundering Archaic. So my opponent's just like splashing Deduces and Sleight of Hands. I don't know what they're doing. Other than, you know, playing stuff into my mana drains. I mean, they are at 20 cards. They have been able to keep pace here. But there's just no way all their stuff is card draw, right? Like, this is 5 draw spells. This was probably the upper limit of number of deck manipulation / card draw spells you want in your deck. So, I feel like we're probably pretty good here. I guess Mind Roots is very annoying. Alright, whatever. Remember, with this treasure, I can actually Sundering Archaic for 4, if I need. That is an Aberrant Mana Worm, which we can also kill with Molten Note. But we're... Ooh, that's really good to draw, because now I don't have to worry about it. Ooh! So I can turn this into, like, a ginormous creature. If I... Well, I mean, I certainly should cast it here, right? Two red is good. I don't need to make this too much bigger than this. I don't really want to use my treasure. So that is a 5/5 Trampler. And I do have a Molten Note for the Mana Worm, but I don't think I need to sacrifice this treasure just yet. So let's just relax. I'm at 24 life too. We still have 2 more Visionary's Dance to win the game with. And remember, like I said, I can continue... At some point, when I get to the point where I have, like, infinite mana, I can run out the Archaic and, like, put all my win conditions back on the bottom. So if anything, based on how this game is going and the number of cards that my opponent's been drawing, I think my plan here is to wait, like, until very, very late before I decide to do something with the Sundering Archaic here. Not sure what this is. It could be the 3 mana 2/2 that like gives -4/-4. I'll take it. I know they just wanted to gain the life, but I'm playing around Poisoner's Apprentice here. Like if I double block, they deal 1 damage here, and then Poisoner's Apprentice this. So Essence Knit Scholar. Okay, I mean that's another reason to. That is another reason to attack. I will kill that one. That's better to kill than Aberrant Mana Worm. Are you out of action yet? I mean, they have drawn a lot of cards, to be fair. Procrastinate. Wow, that thing's going to be tapped for 8 turns. All right, I'll counter it. 8 turns is a lot. All right, activate the Arc. Certainly playing that. Okay. Let's think. Maybe I just kill the Mana Worm and just like beat down for a bunch. One, two, three. Why would it tap like that? Oh gosh, Converge! Oh, my treasure! Oh, that's so annoying. That is so unbelievably annoying. Oh my god. Alright, whatever. I did not want it. I obviously did not want to tap like that. That's rough. Why would they block like that? Okay. Gosh, okay. I mean, it's still fine. Exile whenever a card leaves your graveyard, okay? I mean, certainly we have all the tools here to win with our... Even if they kill the Archaic, like, you know, we're just gonna play so many Visionary's Dances to the point where it's just not gonna matter what else they do. I'm hoping. Unless they, like, you know, certainly a card like Math and Magics could kill us. And obviously that's something I need to be somewhat aware of, but... Cracking the Clue. I mean, we like, almost have a lethal attack next turn. You know what I mean? Infirmary Healer, okay. I doubt they're going to attack now, given that they're at 8 life. This thing tramples. Stream of Life for 3, okay. That's another Visionary's Dance. Probably going to hit a land here. No, Vibrant Outburst. Wow. Okay. Now I'm wondering, do I just have them dead here if I Sundering Archaic one of these things? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we were able to get enough value there and get, the Arc of Hunger, obviously it's not great with counterspells or the 7-drop, but it's still just a really good late game card advantage engine for the most part. It gains you some life. All right. I'm okay with this. All right. 4 mountains on the draw, but I do have Seize the Spoils. This is a very important card to really turn our deck on because of our mana being so rough. Like, there's a lot of power in our deck, but our mana is rough. So, like, not only does it help us find the colors that we need, and of course, it lets you rummage away all these excess mountains. I mean, somehow I drew 5 of my mountains, but yeah. Hopefully, off of the Seize the Spoils, I draw island or plain so that I can play both of my blue and white spells. Mind Roots. I don't want to ramp them. Let's just do 2 of those. Please Seize the Spoils. Ooh, we drew Island and Plains. That's nice. I mean, obviously, Disdainful Stroke and Molten Note are both very good, but like I said, I don't want to discard. Oh, come on! What are you even doing? Gross! All right. We got nothing. We got nothing. We got something. We got something. Should I tap this? Do I have 2 drops? I guess I do. So I should just do it anyways in case. Nope. Counterspell? Nope. Rebel Rouser is great. What are my other white spells? I can tap the white. Alright, so let's play Rebel Rouser. Also works really great with Arc of Hunger. Discard the land. Play the land and pass. Alright. Black. Is it Black or Blech? The hard-hitting questions here. Black or Blech? I don't know. Feed the Swarm, sure. Okay, Arena, quit trolling. Goodness. Full control. Let's manually... So if you have had Arena mess you up with Potioners, Troves, and Treasures, well, they've also done it for me as well. Okay? The question is whether or not I'm interested in shuffling something back into my graveyard. I think I might be, just because, I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, I'm certainly blocking this thing. It's just, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shuffling back a Visionary's Dance seems pretty good. But if it's my last card, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because, it's not going to help me actually kill them. Alright, so we'll just play it as it lies. Okay, that's a land. It's another land, uh-oh. Okay, well, let's kill you. Alright. So we have 2 Visionaries Dance still left in our deck. And it's their top... we're drawing 2 cards a turn to their 1. That's a good card. Probably going to hit a counterspell soon. Nope. Three, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 lands. Okay, so we got 5 lands and 11 spells left. So just trying to get a sense for what to expect here off the top. Wild Hypothesis is a very, very nice one off the top for my opponent. And they just surveil 2 to the graveyard. Let's try to hit... Oh my gosh, okay. Alright, Thunderdrum Soloist. Let's play a land. Now the question is, am I interested in getting into some kind of a racing situation against my opponent? I am. Especially because I have the drain here from the Arc. Like, I'll take the 9. What the hell? Okay, what the heck is happening? Okay, well, I'm at 6 now. That's another land. Okay. Vibrant Outburst. Does that get it done? 3 to the face. So 4 total. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, and then 12 off of this. No, I should kill the Biomancer. Okay. I guess we'll attack for 6 in the air. Because this way I can still block this. In case they have a pump spell and my flyers still are lethal. So 15. Mostly action left in our deck. Surprised I haven't hit any of the counter spells. I have Disdainful Stroke, so I still have Mana Sculpt and the Brush Off, which, again, like I mentioned before, are not great with the Arc of Hunger. So, I mean, if they didn't find a removal spell, we're okay here. So glad I am, like, taking these higher now. I think you know what it was? I always just assumed I'd find some way to win. And that's just not the case. There's just everybody has so much removal. I have had so many decks that have, like, excellent early game, good card draw, good mana fixing, and just, like, I can't just kill them with Rubble Rousers and you know, like, Thunderdrum Soloists. So, take them highly. Take them highly. They're good early and late. Also, shout out to Arc of Hunger. I do not regret my decision to put you into my deck. I got a little too fancy for my own good. Best rare in the set. You know what? I'm just going to put the sideboard. Who needs it? Who needs it? I do feel like I had some justified reasons to not play it, but ultimately I decided to play it because it's good. So the last opponent timed out because just like even board game could go anywhere. If this person times out, this is what I like to call a salty timeout. They're dead on board, they can't handle the loss, and they turned off the computer. Or they just waited till the time ran out to play this card. The heck? I don't know what's happening. Okay. I don't know what that was. So they actually did have a card to play. That was weird. It took them like a good 2 minutes to cast something. But you know what? We'll take it. We got the win. Things are going well here so far, and we're 4-0. I will note that definitely, again, if you're a newer player, from what I've seen, the competition is a bit softer in the quick drafts. So, you know, if you want to give yourself a decent chance of winning and just like learn the format a little bit, I do think quick draft is an excellent place to start before you kind of draft, you know, do the 1500 gem draft where you play against a lot more people who play a lot more draft and know what's going on, because the entry fee is not cheap, right? Like, you know, what is it, 1500 gems? What's that, like 10 to 15 bucks, something like that? So, yeah, totally understand, you know, especially if you're just like grinding gold. Like, I totally get it. I have been there. I used to grind out Magic Online, actually, as a way to help me, you know, live my Pro Tour dream way back in the day. All right, Melancholic Poet is the card for my opponent. Don't want to craft with pride just yet. I do have a really good hand against Silverquill decks. Too bad not, like, they did a really good job of making sure, like, not everything was a wizard. Alright, this looks like a Cost of Brilliance, maybe? No, Silver Quill Charm on the Elemental Mascot. That's good. And a dig site inventory? That's very good. Okay. Graduation Day. Okay. Look at all these triggers. Well, let's do this. I don't think there's any hexproof spells, so we're pretty safe here. They spent a lot of resources to pump this up. I mean, they look like they have a nice draft deck here. But we do have a lot of counter spells here to kind of prevent the shenanigans. Like, I want them to just have all combat tricks. And given that they put the Poet on top, it's an indication that they still have more things to put onto the Poet. So the question for me is, do I let the Poet resolve? Scathing Shadelock. That I will not let resolve. I will brush that off. I don't have any wizards. Okay, we have all these lands. I mean, I'll get to 7 lands. Obviously, seize the spoils. I want the land in my hand, but if I have like an arc, I obviously want to run that out. Let's keep that in play. Oh, hello! Hello there! Rapier Wit. Let's just kill this just in case any shenanigans occurs. Alright, I did not hit a land drop for turn, so I should just activate this. Of course, we hit a 7 drop. That is the risk you take. I mean, I'm gonna miss like 70% of the time. What a draw! Forum Necroscribe? Okay. Uh-oh. I mean, if they have a way to trigger repartee, then we are certainly in trouble. Wow! Amazing. Yeah, I mean, this is amazing. Like, this is ridiculous. All right, let's, I mean, just stay alive, I guess. I mean, we're just dead. We're straight up just dead here. Unless I can find something good with the Arc of Hunger. So they had to string together Necroscribe plus a targeted spell there. And the Arc of Hunger is missing fantastically. I mean, we're super dead at this point. I mean, I'll draw a card, but look, they have this, they have the Shadelock. Yeah. Yeah, no, I can't win. Okay, well, good job, Svelin. The Arc of Hunger can do a lot of work if you find action off of it. We did not find action there. Alright, opponent on the play. Our hand is 100% a keep. Would love to find a white source for the Arc of Hunger. But lots of good stuff here for us to play. Alright, looks like a Lorehold Gamer. We'll play out the Soloist as it can block. Charging Strife Knight, wow. Okay, we'll take that. What do I want? Ooh, there is the white source. So yeah, we're just going to... Good question. What am I going to do? This kills bigger things, but it's like a way better use of my mana to just kill this now. Like, if they play a 4 toughness creature, I guess that's kind of annoying. But their Lorehold, I don't know. Potioner's Trove, I actually don't mind seeing that. That means this is going to be a slower matchup, which I'm okay with. I don't even know if I want to run out the Arc of Hunger just yet. I think I just want to Rubble Rouser here. Get some ramp going, get rid of one of these Visionary Dances. Play out a land. Whoa, random 4/5, huh? Random 4/5. You got me. All right. Well, well, well. I'm not going to activate it this turn. Fought 4 cards in hand for the opponent. 3 tap. Let's exile Visionary's Dance. Look at that. We're just going to be Jeskai Burn this game. That's the hope. Look at that. Next turn, I suppose I can just play Visionary Dance, right? Actually, I just realized that I probably should have milled myself. Why did they play a second main phase Startled Relic Sloth? Okay. I'm okay with this. Yeah, I'm actually... Do I want to give my... I'm going to give myself food. I'm just going to do... I should have done this previously, whatever. It's just food. Okay? It's just food. Alright, let's activate this. Seize the spoils. Not bad. Okay, we found a land. Lots of good options here. There is a Startled Relic Sloth, but if they do activate it, I mean, I suppose I want to play the Molten Note when I can. So I think the plan here is to just cast Run Behind after their draw step. Also, it makes it so they can't burn me. Or they can't gain life. Which is also relevant. They might still want it. I don't know. It's a pretty good card against me. I think. Alright, they did want it on top. 11 to 16. Gonna take 4 here from the Ember Mare. Oh. Oh, look at this. Am I dead? Oh, almost dead. I mean, they had bulk up. Does this thing trample? No, it doesn't have trample, fortunately. Well, I'm at 8 life, I guess. Okay, we hit a land. That's good. Can play that. I wonder if they have like a protection spell or something. I am at 9 life. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's exile you. I just want to keep my life total high here, honestly. All right. Still very good. Relic Sloth. I mean, if they exile my stuff... If they exile my stuff, they just die to Arc of Hunger. So, and then also end of turn, I can Rubble Rouser and just drain my opponent for 2, which is obviously very strong. Oh, they really are going to exile something. Okay. Boom. Take that. Boom. I mean, you're just dead. You're just dead. A disdainful stroke, great draw. Land, great draw. Let's play you. Wow. We literally burned our opponent out with Arc of Hunger, Rebel Rouser, and Thunderdrum Soloist. That's incredible. Wait, why was that in my sideboard? I don't know. Silly goose I am. 5 and 1 with Arc of Hunger control. You just play the Arc and you win the game. All right, on the play, I will keep this. The Visionary's Dance is the reason why I'm keeping this. I still have run behind if they go like 2-drop into attack. So I have some moves, but of course the Visionary's Dance is going to need to find me red and or white mana. I guess it can't find both, but I would love it if it found me red mana. Our opponent got a Swamp here off of Terramorphic, so Witherbloom probably. Oh no, Silver Quill of course. Let's go with Seize the Spoils here. Okay, so this is unfortunate. This is an unfortunate spot. I basically looked at 3 cards here. I'm going to counter this just to keep the board clean. And we are now screwed. We are completely screwed. I mean, look, I'm playing 18 lands and I kept the 3-lander with the Visionary's Dance, right? Simply, like, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. If I just continue drawing red and white spells, no Visionary's Dance, and none of my other lands, so be it. Alright, well, opponent also missed the land drop there, but... Social Snub, okay. Sure. Give me, okay. I mean, I guess I'll take it, it's a plains. Alright, now I need Mountain. Now, red sources is the source I have the most of. It is, let's put that on top, actually. So we killed that. I can't even play this yet. Okay, any island or plane. So, okay, I can play the Magma Blood Archaic if I draw an islands. There's an Honor Bound Pinch. Just give me a mountain. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Now the question is, what do I want to do with that? Because the thing is, you have to think their hand is just like all removal, right? Whatever. I got some stuff I want to rummage away. I think. Repel Calamity. Let's get rid of this. I just... Like, my hand is totally fine, and I do like the combination of Elemental Mascot plus Magma Blood Archaic or whatever. Okay. Wait, why do they do that? Because now they can't get this back. Okay. I have drawn all of my planes. In case anybody was keeping track. If you were, these are the things that happened. These are my stories. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The issue is with Visionary's Dance. Oh, man. It's just my mana is so unbelievably awkward here. I'm just going to play the 7 mana card. You know what I mean? I don't love it. I really would like another mountain. So that I can play like Mascot plus something. Magma Blood Archaic still seems like a strong card. I mean, look, I'm also assuming my opponent just has a bunch of removal in their hand. We're going to just take this 3 damage and let them get their Killian's confidence back. Okay. So they have 6 cards in hand, huh? Just nothing? I know you have removal. I know you have removal. Okay. Oh, man. Whatever, I'm going to use this. Even if they save it, it gets tapped. Alright, good. Joined researchers. Okay. Mountain? Son of a gun. I mean, can I really complain about 2 more 3/3 flyers, though? Like, I'm okay with them casting Secret Rendezvous and having me draw 3 cards here. You know what I mean? So. Like, if I can go Mountain into Soloist Molten Note, deal 3 to them, untap all my stuff, that's really good, obviously. Alternatively, I can go, like, Magma Blood Archaic into, like, a spell if I draw Mountain, so I don't think they're super interested in activating, like, I mean, they have 4 cards in hand. Like, there's got to be action here, right? Maybe not. We'll see. Nope, just a scoop. I will also take the scoop. All right, and we have ranked up. So we are now in the Diamond ranks. A few more good drafts, and we'll be right back up to Mythic. And we are, I believe, yeah, we are 1 win away from a trophy. Good place to be. All right, playing for the trophy here. Gonna keep this hand. I would like to draw one of the 3 planes that I had in play in the last game. But I have a 2-drop and a 3-drop, so I gotta keep this. My opponent has a turn 1 Burog Banemaker. Do I block? Kind of want to block. Okay, I guess I can't block. I can't block. The reason why I wanted to block was so that they can't Burog Barrage me, and then my mask. You know what I mean with the mascot. So, yeah, well, you know, so it's just the knockout maneuver also plays. Also plays. Ooh. Let's go seize the spoils. Hold on. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm discarding Disdainful Stroke. I shouldn't have discarded Disdainful Stroke. Goodness. I guess you get a land. Well, hold on. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't really need more lands. And, I mean, Arc of Hunger is, like, if, given Arc of Hunger's track record, like, we're just gonna hit lands, right? Like, that's just what's gonna happen. So, let's play Arc of Hunger. Let's hope to hit something we can play right away, please. Yes! Look at that. It drew us a card. Drew us a card. Shopkeeper's Bane, sure. We'll take 3 here. Right, Arc of Hunger activated again. Vibrant Outburst. Interesting. I don't think the Soloist just doesn't do a good job of blocking anything. So, let's just kill you. It just does a lot more damage. I will play a land because I want to get to 7 for the Visionary's Dance. I keep forgetting the name for some reason. But now Arc of Hunger has drawn us 2 cards. Alright, let's just get rid of it, I guess. Staying alive and letting Arc of Hunger do its thing. I think they have a good follow-up here, though. Sadness. That's a Luen. The auto-tapper got them pretty good, though. They could have made another creature. They left up the blue mana. Yeah, so that's unfortunate for them. Visionary's Dance. Plains also works, I guess. Alright, let's play the Soloist. Alright, I mean, look, this has drawn us 3 cards, right? We've hit a land, 2 lands, and a Visionary's Dance. Like, if I lose, I lose. Like, it's fine. But, like, it's not because Arc of Hunger isn't pulling its weight. We just need to find interaction. Or any... Okay, that works. I'll do this, but oh, hello. I mean, I might as well just do it for the whole amount, right? For 5. So I do have another Seize the Spoils. I'm going to keep this land in my hand. And I have the Rubble Rouser. So. No, stop. Oh, they have another one. Fair enough. Okay. I'll just hit a land here. Land would be nice. Land's good. Okay, Brush Off is also fine. I mean, as in, like, I'm not going to play... you know what I'm trying to say. Swamp would... Like, if they draw land, Swamp would be a really good one. Essence Knit Scholar is really annoying. Are they going to attack me? Okay, well, I guess I'll just block both of these things. And they'll draw one card. I mean, it's not like they draw a card for each creature that dies. Ooh, Mana Sculpt is interesting. Vibrant Outburst, also very, very nice. So let's go ahead and... do that. I'm going to keep one back. Just play it a little bit conservatively here. I just want, like, I'm happy trading this with the Burrock Banemaker, basically. And they drew Forest. Okay, well, that gets countered. And that should be... okay, I mean, now we're looking very good, right? We're so far ahead, I'm just happy with any type of 1-for-1 trade there. Let's just keep activating Arc of Hunger. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. We can play a land now because we still have the land in reserve. Yeah, this is looking golden. Man, Arc of Hunger has just been ridiculous. Okay, let's play that. Yep. All right, and there you have it, folks. A nice little quick draft here. Nice little 7-1. And, you know, I will say, it's nice to get a trophy. I don't care what format it is, but it's still just nice to get a trophy. It has been a minute. And so to be able to do so with this deck has been quite nice. We were able to be fortunate enough to win a game with the non-busted version. And, well, logic, reason, whatever you want to call it. You know, like, this certainly proved that all the red and all the white cards definitely pulled its weight. I'm really happy with how this deck played out. Mana fixing was a big issue, so one way to help mitigate that is just to play an extra land, right? My late game is really strong. I have 2 6-drops, an Arc of Hunger, triple Visionary's Dance, so just playing an extra land was great. These Treasure Makers also allow me to kind of play my splash cards. You know, in an ideal world, obviously, I would have loved to just have, like, a Terramorph, at least like a Terramorphic in a duel. But I felt like, I think a couple of opportunities we had at a duel, it was like, take that or a Vibrant Outburst. And I felt like this was also really, really important to allow us to kind of stabilize the early game and then just win in the late game with just sheer card advantage. I mean, Arc of Hunger, over the course of this run, probably drew us like 15 cards. This card was absolutely incredible. I mean, you don't need me to tell you that this card is good. I was, honestly, you know me. I always have, like, my preference, and maybe that's a reason why I'm not doing as well in this format, but my preference is to play it safe and not push my mana base. Like, I just hate playing a 7/7/3 mana base, right? But I did have some Treasure Makers, I added an extra land, and very importantly, I also had 3 copies of Visionary's Dance, which also helps me find the lands that I need. So all of that combined made it so that this worked. If I didn't have the 3 copies of the Visionary's Dance, I think my mana would have been way, way worse, because this, helps, of course, helps you find what you need, and then my deck would have just ended up playing out a lot worse. But that being said, this deck was super successful. Arc of Hunger, thank you so much. I will name my next dog or fox. No, I won't. I'm just lying. But you know what? You were awesome. Thank you so very much. And thank you so very much for watching until the very end. We got a nice little trophy. I'm probably going to go back to normal drafts, but I just still wanted to showcase what it's like to kind of play in a quick draft setting. It's nice to be able to spend as much time as you want on a pick, and also, if you know the format, you can finish your draft within 5 minutes and then just get right to playing. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Also check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you want to buy some booster boxes of Secrets of Strixhaven or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, or commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you're in the market for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and much, much more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon to get 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.